Seen a few very interesting videos. One is on earthquakes. Some guys checking out some earthquake events, and the same event is being felt all over the states at the exact time, the same time. Something's going on. There's another girl that I've been watching her channel, Traders Beware, and she couldn't sleep and seen a double sun. I didn't really see the double sun thing. I seen the clouds, and just the way the light was shining on the camera is what I seen. But um, our intuition makes us see what's there, and when it's really, I mean, this person is a really, really loving person and really, really caring. I see a little bit of fear, but generally, I just have this massive sense that she is loving. Um, but she's sensing something's going on if she can't sleep. So, and you have to tap into that. Um, doesn't necessarily mean it's true because of the fear. And how can I explain this? I did another video on are you in the same, are you in a room, if the best way to describe it is if you're in a room with 10 other people having a meeting, and yet your mind is someplace else and you're not paying attention to anybody. You're nodding your head and you're saying but you ain't paying attention to anything. Are you really in the room? And that's only a way for you to see that the mind can travel um, in a lot of different places. It's the body that sort of gives the illusion that you're in the room. And other people assume you were in the room and heard everything that was going on. After all, you're in the room, you have a couple of ears, you were paid to listen, so everybody that's watching you will assume, make the mistake that says, no, you were there in the room. And if you were honest with yourself, and let's face it, we can't be honest when we say we're daydreaming or thinking of something else when we're supposed to be working. So you can't admit that you weren't in the room. But that's how basically everything is working out, is your body is an extension of your mind, and your body doesn't make the experiences for your mind makes the experiences for your body. And this is true all the way down the line. It's Mandelbrot set, it's a lot of different sciences that are explaining this. Another way of really looking at this is, are things out there in your world being done to you, or are you the one creating it and just don't see it yet? And it really, really feels in this reality that people are doing things to you. Like the Illuminati are doing things to you. My ex-husband that was abusive was doing things to me. It sure feels like somebody is doing something to me. But that's not necessarily true. And it's a hard, hard pill to swallow. Victim of abuse, it was really hard for me to recognize, no, I was creating that. Why was I creating harm to myself? It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm a nice person. There's my cat stealing my thunder again. I created that too. That is the hardest thing to understand, because we think, I'm a nice person. I think of, the feelings and, needs of others way before I think of myself. And that's probably my problem is, somebody's there that's taking advantage of me putting more love towards other people than I did for myself. And it's not like that is a bad thing, but in a way it is, because you have to love yourself first before you're any good to anybody else. And when you love yourself, you have good boundaries and you don't allow people to cross those boundaries and do harm to you. And all of us, humanity, we've been allowing these elites to do what they're doing. They're just like teenagers that are, really freaking smart, and they want to do whatever the hell they want to do. And you can't talk to them. It's just like a teenager. Can you tell a teenager what to do? No, they know it all. Same with these elites. They're just like immature children right now. And because they have these, bank accounts and education, they think that they are smart. As dumb as they are, because look around us. Who's controlling everything? Pretty sure the people that are in control, or admitting that they're in control, have to admit something they're doing is a little off. And my main point is, with the sun flares and earthquakes and all of these earth changes, there's a lot of reasoning of why that's going on. And there definitely is something out in our universal world that's going on, but we're asking for it. And we're asking for it because of our anger. The planet is like sort of boiling up. And yeah, if we don't get this right, if we don't stop this, what's coming at us, you're going to get the shit beat out of you. Just like if me attracting the abusive situation, in order to change that abusive situation, I had to change myself. In order for us to change what's happening out in the universe, we have to change what's in ourselves. But we don't even know what the hell is in ourselves that is attracting this bullshit. We can't even make the connection that karma is a real thing. What you put out in the world is what you get back. And what humanity has put out there is what we're about to get back. And while we're mixed up with the perceptions that things come out, and just randomly do things to us, we aren't paying attention. We are magnets to our experiences. And the main thing is it's our anger, it's our hate, it's our fear. Every single person that's angry, hateful, fearful, those are all aspects of evil. You don't have to be killing somebody just to be evil. You could be just angry. When you see a really, really rageful, anger person, don't they look evil? Don't they look like they're just going to kill you? And yet they're just really angry. Why? Because something just happened to them and they're reacting to the experiences that they just had. And they're full of rage and full of anger. And how many of us are full of rage and full of anger? You get a planet feeling those emotions, it's going to attract something out from our universe. So the way to change it is we all need to be feeling the love. Now, here's the tricky part. When I was dealing with the abuse, anybody who told me to just be the love, I wanted to shoot them. Because it's like, how can you as a human just sit there and feel loving while there's a child being sexually abused? I mean, how does just being the love in your world where that we have a sex trade industry, or you have no idea how harmful people are to other people, and when it's happening to you and you don't know this shit, you're going to be angry. And somebody that says, hey, just be the love, guess what? They want to kill you. Because you're really freaking insulting them. You're really telling them that what you're angry about has no value. It has, it's not important. I don't care about you. So as long as I see somebody that just says, hey, be the love, while I'm really upset about something really bad going on in my world, I know that you're not a loving person, because a loving person wouldn't say something like that. So all of us who have sort of woken up, and any of us that can kind of connect the dots that we need to be the love, then you gotta really, really have that infinite love for your enemy, for the ones that you hate, for the ones that appear really, really angry. You cannot be angry and hateful back, um, because when they enter your room, your area, your space, and they act all angry, it has a way of transferring from them to you. You know it happened to you when you can't when you are not acting loving, when you respond unlovingly, when you don't even want to have these people anywhere near you. It's like, let's hide them under the rug. Let's put them all where we can't see them. I don't want them in my living room. They're too angry. They're out of control. They need to figure it out for themselves. That ain't going to happen. And we are a oneness. If you know we need to be making some changes, then you have a responsibility that if anybody is angry, pissed off, and they cross your path, they crossed your path for a reason. And that's the time you're supposed to practice your concept of infinite love. If you can't be loving when you need to, there ain't no point, because you don't know how to be loving when it's not needed. You just think you're being loving. But actual loving is in action. You have to actually experience it. And the only time that you can really experience infinite love is when somebody comes in front of you and tests that out. If you can't pass the test, then you ain't there yet. Now, if you're not there yet, then yeah, you got to accept the fact that evil transfers from one to another. And if you're not strong enough, then without you knowing it, it's going to take over you. And that's what I was so hypersensitive that it would transfer into me like I had no control over it. So I had to seclude myself, and I basically didn't. I'm starting to get out. I'm going to the gym now every morning, and starting to be around people now, and everybody's that I'm crossing paths with are really, really nice people. But I needed to calm down, because they could just say one lie, and let's face it, everybody's got it all wrong. So, and I know they all got it wrong from my perspective anyway. So they could just say one sentence and I know they got it wrong, and it would piss me off. I mean, one lady at the gym, because I have to change my clock, I'm not sleeping. And I know I've listened to my inner voice. What do you need to do to fix this? I knew that I needed to have a good workout. I know I need to wake up in the mornings early. I know I needed to quit the smoking. You know, there's a lot of things I know I needed to do. And when I started working at that gym, I knew that I had to go to the gym at least once or twice with no sleep. And the first day that I went, I could barely move. Like, seriously, I felt like I was going to faint. I wasn't able to eat for some reason in the last month, so I'm really, really weak. And then going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was very, very faint. And this lady told me, well, why don't you just take a sleeping pill? And it's like, no, 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 no. I'd rather do it the natural ways. Had a great workout, you know, was up really early in the morning. You know, when my head hit that pillow that night, I was out like a light instantly. Solved the no sleeping problem right away, because I've been keeping busy and keeping active, and that's what the body needs to. You have to wear the body out. When you wear the body out, the mind goes. But when your mind's focused on logic, 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 you can't shut that logic off. It's next to impossible. So anybody that is loving, you know, go out and find somebody to practice on. See if you really truly are the love while you're around somebody that's really, really angry. And that's what I'm doing is I'm going back out into the world, and I'm seeing, you know, when people say something angry, I'm looking at my reaction to it. Did I react lovingly? And if I don't, then I know I got more practice to do. And just because I know this shit doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. It's practice. It's sort of like this takes a lifetime to get right. Um, but once you see what you need to do, the rest is just practice. But it doesn't mean it's not wrong just because you're not perfect at it yet. So good luck to everybody, and let's share that love. Peace out.